The US has removed its visa restrictions on Ghana from the 3-month single entry back to the 5 years multiple entry. They did that to us earlier July 2025. They placed a restriction on Ghanaian visas, 3-month single entry only, which was very, very harsh. By yesterday, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, posted on his social media platforms that after bilateral talks with them, they agreed to remove the restrictions, which people are not really happy about. You know, the minister himself described it as a win for Ghana. He said it's a win for Ghana, and people are like, hey, what do they talk like that? Because now, if you can recall, earlier this year, Ghana accepted 14 migrants from the United States already, which the president himself have mentioned.
We were approached by the US to accept third-party nationals who were being removed from the US.
The claim that people are making is that we accepted those migrants in exchange for the restrictions to be removed. So you can see the picture that they are painting. It's like we sold ourselves for, the US to do this for us, which personally, I don't think is right. You see, I want to believe the reason why they are making those claims is that earlier this year, before Ghana will accept this deal, 4 African countries already accepted the same deal. They signed on: South Sudan, Rwanda, Eswatini, and Uganda. But the migrants that were sent to those countries, most of them weren't Africans. No, they weren't African. They sent them to those countries because their home countries denied them. But there was a compensation for these 4 African countries. So now, it's like those African leaders are accepting money to make their country a hub for migrants, for deportees. A pipeline for the US deportees. So they just carry them and go and throw them there because their own home countries denied them. So people were like, okay, so it's like Ghana, we are selling ourselves, but that's not the thing. Listen to what the president said.
We were approached by the US to accept third-party nationals who were being removed from the US. And we agreed with them that West African nationals, were acceptable because all our fellow West Africans don't need a visa to come to our country. So if they decided to travel from US to Accra, they don't need a visa anyway. So if you're bringing our colleague West Africans back, that's okay.
The president mentioned that these people that they are talking about, they were all West African. The 14 people that we accepted already were all West Africans. So they are our own brothers. He even mentioned that some of them were these Nigerians. So he arranged them and sent them back to their countries.
So I think that agreement has been activated, and a first batch of 14 nationals came. Several of them were our Nigerian brothers. They opted to go back home, and so we facilitated, we put them on buses, to be able to go back home. One of them was a Gambian who it's not as easy. You have to get him an air ticket to be able to facilitate his travel. So what we've done is contacted their embassy to let them know of his presence so that they can facilitate his return to Gambia.
Clearly, we can all see that the US is trying to put pressure on Ghana, which we are not accepting. When I listen to the president take on the visa restrictions and the visa ban kind of thing, what he said, you listen first.
First, we were slapped with 10% tariff that was increased to 15%. And then we're included in 36 countries that were going to be placed on a visa ban. But in the meantime, all 5-year visas were cancelled, and we were restricted to single entry 3 months. It shows the tightening situation in our foreign relations, but I do think that we still enjoy good relations with the United States of America.
You see, when you listen to the president over there, you can see that he was just being a bit diplomatic to say that, even though they are putting all this pressure on us, we still enjoy good ties with the US. You see that kind of thing? He was just being diplomatic. But under all this pressure, the government still stood tall. The Honorable Minister Samuel Kujetu Ablakwa mentioned that we did not receive any dime. We did not. This is just we being showing like Pan-African solidarity. These are our own people. They are West Africans. They don't even need, if you listen to the president, he said they don't even need a visa to travel to our country. So if they are bringing them here, why not, bro?
We decided that we will make a clear case to accept these Africans, particularly West African nationals. And I am excited to report that so far, a good number are arriving. We are taking very good care of them. Those who decide, because under the ECOWAS protocols, you can stay in Ghana for 90 days without visas. If you decide to go to your home country, we facilitate at our cost. And let me state for the record that because this is a matter of principle, purely on humanitarian grounds, we made clear to the US government that we will not accept a dime, not a farthing, no monetary consideration.
Now, I'm not saying this to prove the government correct or something, to make them look good. No, because I don't personally trust everything that they do. This thing, there will be some shady things inside. You understand? But if you look at all this development, you see that no, Ghana is just showing Pan-African solidarity.
There have been some attempts to distort the rationale and to suggest that it is an endorsement of Trump's immigration policies. Not at all. It is not an endorsement. We do not endorse the harsh immigration policies.
So you see all these developments, you can see that Ghana was just practicing Pan-African solidarity. They're just trying to do something great. I don't know your thoughts about that. Let me see them in the comment section. But that's how I feel about it. But the Honorable Minister calling it a big win for Ghana, I don't know how this is a big win. Like, for real, I don't know how this is a big win. You see, if you celebrate this kind of thing as an African minister who is supposed to work for his country, Ghana, to make the country great, for people elsewhere to travel and come here, you are painting a picture of, I love going to the US. We love going to the US. You see, earlier this year, I think that was in March, Her Excellency Nana Jane Opoku was sick. She had to be transported to the US. She has to be flown to the US for treatment. She stayed there for several weeks. We all saw that. So you can ask the question of, so the hospitals here, who did they build them for? That means they are just trying to tell us that there are no good hospitals here, or the equipment over there, they are not adequate, or the doctors are not good. I don't know which picture they are trying to paint. You understand? So if I see some thoughts of people about this, I totally agree. You understand? The fact that we are all Ghanaians, we disagree on things and we agree on some of the things, that makes this country a beautiful country. You feel me?
Asem papa biamate, oh yeah, oh yeah. Asem papa biamate ne se Yesu yodo, oh yeah, oh yeah, ampa, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Dini awate there. United States are buying Asiama Ghana US visa 5 years multiple entry game asidanka Mr. DT omampani ene ne mpanfo nyina obia beba America ni biwate.
Let me know your thoughts on this, all these developments in the comment section. My name is Prince Pack, and until we see again, endure.